How has I guess the data position and and the information at your fingertips from a ticketing and a sales point of view changed over the last 25 years?
Yeah, I mean, that's probably the one thing that has helped me go from an inside sales rep to a vice president of a professional organization is I embrace technology and change. I don't like the stagnant. That's why I like sports entertainment. Every day I come to work, I'm doing something different than what I did yesterday. And that's what I think drives a lot of us in this is if you don't like change, this business is going to drive you crazy. And so technology was a big piece of that. I felt like I've always been at the forefront of technology and ticketing. That's why I attend, the conferences like Seek conferences, so I can be at the forefront of what's coming up next, And throughout my career, you're right. Like when I started in inside sales, we literally what we were calling from is you would go to a sales table and they'd have a card and you'd fill out to enter to win and you'd put your information and then the cards would go into this box and they would send a box up to us and you'd literally grab this and you'd call the person and the guy sitting next to you would grab one. Well, as most people do, they fill out 5 of these to increase their chance. So this person grabs a card with the same information and calls and says, "Hey, I got somebody on the other line and it's the guy next to me calling." And when we sold stuff, it was literally a printed sheet of paper that said these are the locations available and you put a little pin on there. So that's what we were dealing with and printing tickets and mailing tickets and all of the costs associated to that. But I think one of the biggest challenges we all went through is when everything started going digital and how you handle the pushback that we all received from our season ticket holders of, I'm not going digital. I want hard printed tickets. It took a lot of us years to finally get that adoption. And we're still dealing with it today, as most of us have a handful of clients. In collegiate sports, we have a lot of older donors that are like, I don't even have a smartphone.
Yeah.
And so we've got to, adapt to that as well. But yeah, technology and the digital age. But I think the biggest piece of what that does is what you said, the data. Like back then, we didn't know who was showing up, who was using the tickets, who was doing anything with them. And now we have all of this data because everything is digital. And the teams and the staff that are actually using that data are the ones that are benefiting. And sometimes it's data overload. It's like we have so much
Yeah.
data, we don't know what to do with it, how to maximize, revenue based on the data points that we do have.